Hope everyone's doing well. My name is EQ, and welcome to another episode of Stockaholics. We're gonna have another whisper morning. Girlfriend's still asleep, still bright and early. I typically like to wake up at like 5 a.m. anyways every day. Get a workout in, do what I gotta do, and then jump onto the work. But today we're gonna be covering a pretty interesting topic, Telcoin TEL. One of the main reasons why I find it interesting is the use cases as well as how the chart has been acting during this retracement time. So TEL is currently ranked 59th at 3 cents at a $1.6 billion market cap, a total circulating supply of 52 billion, and a max supply of 100 billion. So this is a finite token, and from what I can see here, it doesn't look like there's any burn. Now this works off Ethereum and Matic, so you can see this is part of the Polygon system, ecosystem as well. So Telcoin is supposed to be a bridge between cryptos and telecommunications. They're trying to compete with the Western Unions and companies like that, which means that they're in the remittance market, which is what Western Union is in. And they want to also fix the payment systems between telecommunications and mobile money. You see they have been audited by CertX, so that's a good thing. Telcoin, send money smarter, instant low-cost money transfers powered by the blockchain. There are nearly 5 times more mobile phones and active bank accounts, yet people around the world are still lining up to send money from high-cost remittance agents like Western Union. So this is where Telcoin comes in with instant transfers, mobile convenience. It's the most affordable. So you can see you're only sending an average cost of remittance over 7%. This is the most affordable, so on average people are paying 7% on remittance, whereas Telcoin is averaging less than 2%. And you have a powerful and secure network since it's built on the Ethereum blockchain. Basically, you'll be able to send money globally instantly, kind of like a Venmo or something like that as well, but with crypto. Now the telecom operators are going to be issued TEL based on their transaction volume and maturity, ensuring the most efficient delivery of an affordable service to their subscribers. So they have incentivized adoption, which is big to get these companies to actually put Telcoin into their systems, because if you're not actually incentivizing it, why would T-Mobile or Verizon pick up your company? There needs to be something that they're getting out of it. And as well as you get a flexible telecom API. So Telcoin connects existing mobile money platforms to the decentralized financial system of the future, and the wallet is agnostic, meaning that it can integrate with existing telecom mobile money wallets, which makes it just a lot easier for these companies to do things because they don't have to change anything. They can just integrate the technology, and that's about it. Now they have a lot of partners. A lot of these just popped up recently, and you can see that it's available on KuCoin, Uniswap, Bouncer, and QuickSwap. I have it on KuCoin right now. Now let's go into some news about Telcoin. So we see version 3 of the wallet is going to be coming out in late June. That's going to be a bullish sentiment for them. Instead of having to ride the wave like everyone else, at least they're coming out with something new when this price and the market should be moving back up. Now keep in mind that this project is based out of Singapore, so they are doing a lot of work in the Asian markets and growing internationally, as we'll go over in a second, but the majority of their work is going to be in the Asian markets, and as a lot of you know, the Asian market is what dominates cryptocurrency right now, especially when we start hearing about the V-Chains and the Zills and all of these other companies that are looking to explode on this next leg. They are all Asian. Luna as well. So keep an eye out for all of these coins and projects that are coming out of Asia. You see Telcoin drafted crypto banking legislation into Nebraska, trying to make Nebraska the forefront of national financial regulatory innovation. So at its heart, this new charter represents an alternative type of bank that does not have the right to loan your money to somebody else. Institutions under this new charter will use blockchain technology to empower users to self-custody digital assets and put their money to work for their own benefit. It's about leveling the playing field and letting technology determine access to capital. It can be a much better deal for underserved segments of society who felt left out by the current banking system. So there's a lot of big stuff going on in Nebraska with Telcoin, and they've also added 15 new markets in the last couple weeks. They're still pending ongoing partnerships, but Telcoin users, in addition to sending markets, include the United States. So in addition to Gcash, which they've been using for a while through the Philippines, users can now send money to the following countries and mobile money platforms. So you have BK Cash Bangladesh, Ethiopia, Fiji, Ghana, Guatemala, Indonesia, Kenya, Sri Lanka, Malawi, Nepal, Pakistan, Philippines, El Salvador, Tonga, Uganda, Samoa. So this list is just going to keep on growing and growing and growing as they get more attention. These are all bullish signs. It means that they're getting a lot of use cases and they're working directly with banks and mobile money systems. So you're talking about a V3 wallet being released on top of all these new projects and markets being opened, which are going to continue to open. So we're getting a lot of bullish news on Telcoin. Let's get into the fun part. We have a blank chart, but we can fix that real quick. All right. So you can see right off the bat, if you would have gotten into this around April 30th, you would have been getting in at under 1 cent. And by May 11th, you would have already 6 times your investment. So within 2 weeks, you 6 times. That's incredible. Now, when we're looking at this move, you can see that we did form a head and shoulders pattern with a support line here, which is going to act as a major SR flip moving forward. If I take this little guy and bring him down, you can see that we also had a triple top on this line. So we had this head and shoulders pattern. We went to retest this area when price came back down, hit that triple top, and that forced price all the way back down. So you can see we broke almost to the 100, but this is just a massive lower wick. Came all the way down to here, but then the body immediately closed all the way above 2 cents. But for a second, you could have gotten this down for under a cent again. This is probably when all the institutions were buying it. To be honest, you got to remember that this project is grayscale. This was released grayscale when Cardano was released grayscale, so the institutions can invest in this company, and more likely than not they are. As we make our way down this drawing, you can see that we have a channel in this general area. It's going to be our consolidation channel for the current move. We are sitting in a pennant currently. Top trend, bottom trend. We're getting towards the end. We saw a little breakout towards the top, but now we're sitting at the end of this pennant. This is a short-term pennant. This is just to decide if we're going to hit the top of the channel or the bottom of the channel. But keep in mind, as a long-term, so we're waiting to see what this wants to do. We did get the good news today about the US yield, the 10-year yield, that the 10-year yield decreased. And because it decreased, the markets can go up again. Some of you may know that once the 10-year yield goes up, the markets go down. So that's a bullish sentiment moving forward. Now, what I really want to look at with this is looking at the entire move. So you can see I put the beginning of my fair retracement at the SR flip, which went from 1 cent all the way up to 6 cents. Now, when this came down for the correction, even with this massive candle, this still closed at the 61.80, and when this dropped even further, we still had to close at the 78.60, which is now holding support at the 61.80, the golden ratio. So technically speaking, Telcoin really didn't suffer that much from this correction. It actually is following a healthy retracement and a healthy fib formula. So that's a pretty interesting thing to see. That's what grabbed my attention and why I wanted to talk about it now. Keep in mind when I'm telling you about these projects and when I'm saying this, I'm not telling you to buy right now. This isn't financial advice. I'm just sharing some top projects with you guys, some things that I like, some things that I see. You're still going to have to do your own research when to actually buy into these projects. I wanted to talk about it before when it was around here, but knowing that if I would have talked about it and this dropped, I would have gotten so much hate in the comments and so on and so forth about it. But now I just kind of wait for things to dip just in case there are people that want to buy for whatever reason without doing any research. Now let's see how far we can take this. So let's say, for example, we bought in at this current price point. Just to test the all-time high is going to be a 2 times move. Now if we wanted to test the high based on the previous impulse to get to the next retracement. Now if we want to see where this is going to go based on the next impulse move, you have TP1, TP2, TP3. We can go all the way up to 12 cents and as short as almost 8 cents. Now if this was to go from this price all the way to here, you're talking about almost a 300% move, a solid little move, and this thing can move pretty fast as you've seen in the past. So once the market starts to go up, we might see this just take off. In terms of talking about its market cap, it is really low. It could squeeze a $10 billion market cap. So you're still talking about a 10 times, so 30 cents a coin. That wouldn't be anything out of the ordinary, especially for a project with a ton of use cases, doing this thing in Nebraska, so on and so forth. They're just going to continue to get more and more partners and more steam. So if you haven't looked into Telcoin yet, I would definitely recommend doing some research in it, see if it's something for you. Throw your buys in. Make sure you're buying at the right times. Don't sell at the wrong times. If you haven't had a chance yet, make sure you throw a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, join our Discord, anything like that. The Discord is where you'll get more information about actual trading and entries and exits and so on and so forth. I don't necessarily cover that in the YouTube, so come join the Discord if you want to get any of that information, and we'll catch you on the next one.